Happy Wednesday, middle of the week. It's almost there, the weekend. Hope you're all holding out well. And I had to make this video because I got it all wrong. I was way too lighthearted about it. I just wrote it off as like some fucking idiot who didn't know how to lift in the gym. And then he got clowned because he was walking in with like his Kirpan knife. No, turns out the guy walked in with a fucking, gigantic ass Rambo sized knife and shit. And this is the best part. He's the one who tells everybody about it. Like, it's not some guy who had his phone out, whips it out, and like took a picture and says, "Oh, look, this guy lied. He didn't actually use his ceremonial dagger. He had some like fucking like murder weapon, basically." Walking into the gym with that, and it's like, how insecure do you have to be to go to a public gym with a gigantic ass knife like that? Like, regardless of the threats that you would get, right? Just leave it in the fucking car or just like putting your gym bag outside of like the visibility of everybody. You're just like walking around with it, trying to like, fucking stir up shit and stuff. So, like, this man is such a next level bitch. This guy's next generation bitch man. Like, the effemininity of and I spoke about this before. Like, when you take gear, you up your testosterone, but you also up your estrogen, right? So like, think about how like men get angry, right? Like, they get angry at like, other men, and they're like, get aggressive, and they're like, they get, whatever, right? Like the normal shit, right? But then like when you talk about how women get aggressive, they get like very standoffish, they get very confrontational, almost as if they like to. And obviously I'm being very sexist and obviously biased by saying this, and this is, me generalizing and shit. Like, you can always get like very hyper aggressive, well, not always, like I haven't actually seen any, but like there, I'm pretty sure like eventually you'll encounter like a super hyper aggressive woman who, like, has that like testosterone-esque type of behavior, and then subsequently you'll have like men. Like, I think I'm kind of like that, to be not necessarily standoffish. Like, I have like this shyness to me, this like feminine quality that I don't think I'll ever be able to get out of me and shit. But like, I have to live with it. But like, when you're upping your dose with these fucking roids and shit, when you're fucked in the head, like this guy, the whole internet's talking about him, like the fact that he had this like gigantic ass knife on him and shit, the fact that he had to like, tell people that he's the one who's carrying this knife. Like, why would you do that? And it's a case study on like what it means to have an inbred child, to have a retard as a child, and this is the end result. Excuse me. Um, you just don't do it. Don't inbreed. Don't circumvent natural selection. Don't pretend that like life isn't meant to be free of conflict, and that you should always settle for the very first person that comes in front of you and shit. You should always ask yourself what's in it for them, and are they willing to cross that threshold of comfort to meet you in the middle? Because this is the byproduct of two life forms that basically just fucking glued themselves together. They didn't really necessarily love each other or anything, and they just gave birth to this thing, and this thing can't feel love, and they have to not only start problems for the sake of getting attention. And like, this is very common. Like, I live in Brampton, and like every single time, and it's their collective of being soulless. you know they have no fucking value, and they have no individuality and shit. So when you insult one Sikh, they take it personally. Same thing with the Pakis, they take it personally and shit. Like, that's why this grooming gang shit has basically perpetuated for almost half a century, if not longer, right? Like, you have an entire group of people that can live vicariously through one another, instead of accepting the limitation that, like, just because somebody else does something doesn't mean you have achieved that, right? But they have this like shared collective because they're mentally deranged and shit, right? Like they'll have videos of white women being raped by, these grooming gang members, and then they'll jerk off to it, and that's how you get like 20 million plus users in just Pakistan alone. And people don't even understand that like there are more Muslims in India than there are in Pakistan, and India does actually have a lot of people who use porn sites almost daily. So this isn't like an isolated problem. This is a very widespread problem. These guys are mentally outside. They're mentally like gone and shit. And we have to understand the necessity of aggressive women. We have to start desiring more aggressive women. Passive women, or women that have been culled, they've been raised by society to be passive. Oh, guys will sweep you off your feet. They'll take care of all your problems. You have to just like, let them like approach you and pick you up and this and that. And it's like, yeah, but like ask yourself this, like who are the first people to do that? Right? It's the people who actually don't care about you, don't care about the concern or your criticism because they don't respect you from the jump. Somebody who respects you is going to feel insulted more or feel more critical of your criticism because they don't want to be, on your bad side. They don't want to be disliked by you because they genuinely like you, whereas somebody who doesn't care about you just sees you as an easy fuck will be like go up to you and be like, and, and like the crazy part about that is that girls they know this, and still they want the guys to run through that fucking ring of fire for them because they think that that's the only way for them to feel special. And it's like, look at the world around you, look at society all around you. This is the end result of that, like having that happen ad nauseum. Right? You're gonna keep being tight-lipped. You're gonna keep pretending that like the first guy that comes your way are these aggressive guys, these players, these Andrew Tate guys. It's like the guy's doing like fucking hard ass time and shit too, man. Andrew Tate is literally gonna do hard ass time. I was wrong about it. Like he has child porn pictures, he has videos, he has all this shit that he was just, and not only that, like there's chat logs between him and his brother with these girls that they're like doing the lover boy method on and shit. Like it is over for these fucking loser ass guys and shit, walking around with like knives or like their money, or like they just want respect and they just can't have it, right? And they are codified by the fact that there's always going to be younger girls, well, on paper, right? In practice. In reality, this might be changing, right? I think it is changing because you can't look at guys like this and pretend that, like, another generation of this is necessary for the human race. Like, this guy is literally not only going into this Good Life Fitness with this gigantic ass knife, because it's like I have to report on this because I'm being dumb and I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it. Put yourself in harm's way because that's what is basically happening. If he's walking in there with a fucking gigantic ass knife, someone's gonna get fucking stabbed or killed or some shit like that. So I have to be like, okay, look, the numbers game has to even occur when you go to the gym. Every single time you're outside of your house, basically. Which sucks. White people are basically the fucking de facto target of so many different ethnicities out there right now. So you got Arabs, you got Pakis, so that includes Sikhs. Um, you have, I guess, Tartarstanian, Russian, Muslims and shit, whatever the fuck you call that diaspora, Mongoloids or whatever they're called. You have You know, some Hispanics and shit who are just like, you know, disgruntled or some shit like that. They don't see themselves as white or some shit like the Democratic Party has believed them to think that they're like the other fucking ethnicities around the world or some shit like that to like turn on you or some shit like that. It's a fucking shit show. And again, like, you know, the worst part about it is like you can't even trust like Indians, like Hindu Indians, like me. Right. Well, I'm Guyanese. My parents are Guyanese and shit, right? So you can trust me. But like, you know what I mean? Like even them, like they're all gonna fucking sell you the fuck out, man. It's a fucking shit show, and like the craziest thing to salvage from all this like nonsense and shit is that unity is not only a necessity; it's a requirement to actually live. Like, if this shit keeps progressing, where guys like this get super hyper aggressive, not only trying to record to get this woman fired from her job at Good Life Fitness because she's doing her job, nothing more, nothing less. Like, someone says, look, this guy has a knife, I'm scared. And then he wants to bring up that it's his ceremonial dagger. So he records, he lies to the fucking gym whatever lady that it's a ceremonial religious dagger. I believe that it was a ceremonial because he said it, right? But then it turns out it's this fucking gigantic. So he lies about this. He's trying to start shit with people, and he's probably waiting for someone to confront him physically. And then he has this fucking gigantic ass knife on him. Do you understand? Like he's gonna fucking kill somebody. This guy's a fucking retard. You know, there's videos of him doing like this fucking stabbing motion, doing this fucking throat slitting motion and shit. All these countless YouTubers are making videos on him, clowning his fucking stupid Sikh turban dipshit ass. Like, well, fucking shit, diaper head shithead, man. Like, look at the size of his fucking dink on his fucking head and shit. Fucking loser, man. And he's baiting you too. Like, all these fucking losers are baiting. And we got to talk about the blowback, the pulling of the ladder, if you will. So you think that like women would take this shit lying down or sitting down and shit? No, they've gotten so hypergamously aggressive. I gotta talk about like three instances. Three instances, dude. So on this first instance, we have, you know, Asmongold. My God, dude. When you see his girl, she's so hot and shit. She's got him doing the dishes, yo. Are you kidding me? This is the like okay. I'm jealous of Asmongold's girlfriend because of how hot she. If I'm kidding, I'm happy for you, Asmongold. Zach, I'm proud. Well, not proud. I'm jealous secretly, secretly jealous. But like that being said, like that's how hot she is. Like she's just that gorgeous. Like you know what I mean? Like the biggest streamer out there, or if not one of the biggest streamers out there, doing the dishes for the woman that he loves. Romantic, romantic. See, like you think like fuck boys that like have all this fucking muscles and money and they have dangerous weapons and dude, who do you think wins in the end of the day? It's like the fucking guy who's willing to not only do the dishes for his woman and shit. I'm gonna do the dishes. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do the dishes too. Um, but like yeah, that's these are the guys who are getting the women now. Like I said, like these hyper aggressive men who've perpetuated this fucking lie of masculinity for fucking years, dude. For fucking years. Like, as a guy, I feel personally isolated because I grew up wearing, you know, hand-me-down clothes from my older brother, and that influenced my fashion sense, right? So, being able to step out of it was my personal escapism to freedom, if you will. Now, for better or worse, like you can obviously object to my fashion sense, and it's not like whatever. It's not heterosexual or straight or whatever. It's very flamboyant. It's very eccentric, and I can understand people's dissension and like concern about it. That's my personal thing. Like I've seen this coming out like years before, but like it's more now, especially since you have guys like Andrew Tate going to jail for basically all the bullshit that he himself was talking about. Like, you know, you understand, like, these guys are their own worst enemy. They film themselves, they say all these stupid things, and they play pretend. Okay? Now, case number two. You have this air quotes happy couple. Now, what's the problem? Oh shit, eh? So I have a lot of friends who are short. Like, I have a Japanese friend, and he doesn't look his age at all. He looks absolutely amazing. Like, you know, he's my age. He's short, but he looks like he's in his 20s. But again, like, he's short, right? So I understand that, like, a lot of women are hypercritical of the height game, like they are with hair, like they are with, like, you know, being overweight versus muscle. That's going away now. Like, if Asmongold and other guys like him are proving anything, it's that guys with, like, just your normal aesthetic are actually more attractive to girls than guys who are just blasting gear and they can't even get it up anymore. Guys can't even, like, they can't make sperm and shit. Apparently, like, yo, Clavicular's not alone. There's these other guys who are juicing. It had the exact same fucking effect and shit, right? So this air quotes happy couple, and Asmongold, obviously, I watched this video on this. It's fucking heartbreaking, dude. So the couple is height matched, if you will. Yeah, yeah. You know where this story's going. You know where this story's going, and it's down that hill, man. It's down that hill, and, like, just like this Gurren Thap fucking diaper headed retard, and just like Andrew Tate, and just like all these other dumbass guys, right? This guy can't keep his mouth shut. Like, and I honestly, I was like this too when I was 19 and I had my first girlfriend. Yeah, I was like that too, dude. I could not keep my mouth shut. I was too touchy and feely with my girlfriend at the time, and then she broke up with me because of said, you know, she said that I was too needy. That was the word. And she was also older than me, so that didn't help either. Um, this guy is, like, acting with this girl, and you know how it is with these just starting out social media influencers. Like, they might get like a couple hundred, a couple thousand, whatever, subscribers, viewers, whatever, and then suddenly when they go past a threshold and they're making like a certain amount of money, then they feel as if, oh, I have to address this. And, like, to an extent, like, you know, for gamers, for people in the fashion world and shit, right? Like, yeah, that's fair. But then, like, if you're gonna do something where you're gonna be with somebody for a significant amount of time, you want to be careful about doing this. Like Akash, right? Like, you do something where you're like, oh, we're happy, we're happily ever after, you know, fairy tale, this, that, and then shit hits the fan. Like, the fuck, right? But then, right? I don't mean to laugh. Sorry. I don't mean to laugh, but it's like, I find it funny in the way of, like, how basically and undeniably cruel, and we're never gonna know, like, the full facts of it because it's just like one-sided from this guy where he's like, oh, she just broke up with me because I'm sure. We don't know how he treated her, how he was in bed, you know what I mean? All we see is the before and after. So before, he's with her and they're, like, talking about getting married and, like, you know, giggling, laughing, doing these posts, and it's just like video after video, and people are, like, going after and saying, yo, I hate you, girls are the worst and shit like that. And it's like, dog, I'm telling you, man, with this nice guy bullshit, where you want to be something that you're not, slow your fucking roll, dude. If you want to be like 5 foot something or whatever, start dating a short girl and try to understand something. You have to also, like, if she does not love you 100%, you also have to share her with other guys, and that is, like, a fucking reality that you have to come to terms with. We gotta, like, just give these people a reality check. Like, they are very much the generation of guys that are just write-offs. And, the best thing to do is to lead by example and eclipse them. Simple as. Like, Andrew Tate has basically chin-checked an entire, like, I don't even know how to describe how bad the damage he's done to masculinity is. I'm not saying everybody grab your fucking, go to a Hot Topic or like grab some lipstick at, like, no, don't do what I do. It's like what I was doing was just like my personal response to what I saw happening around me, and obviously, like, I don't suggest that is the proper way of going about this, but like, you have to rebel against it. You have to start seeing the value in the perseverance and pain and stuff. And also, I hate to say this, but you got to start. We also got to start pressing women. We got to get women to be more aggressive, to be more assertive, to accept their divinity. Because without them, we're just rotting. We all want to have a woman like Asmongold, where she's just so hot that you don't even think about it. You'll do the dishes, you'll clean the toilet. Fucking Asmon, god damn it! Don't actually make sure you do that before, okay? Before. All right, take care, everybody.